What is up guys, welcome back to another tutorial. Today we're looking at As It Was by Harry Styles. If you haven't seen my full arrangement of this song, you can check it out at the link above or down in the description. Once that video hits 100 likes, I will be releasing the tabs for free on Songster, and after that I'll put them down in the description of this video as well, so that'll make it easier for you to follow along. Now this is a kind of beginner going towards intermediate difficulty song. We're in standard tuning and we've got a capo on the 7th fret. So if you're ready to give it a shot, let's get started. Okay, so you should have your capo on the 7th fret and you're in standard tuning. We're going to take another look at the intro. I'll play it one more time for you. Okay, so there's 4 chords and 4 bars there. First bar, we're playing a D, then we're playing an E minor, then we're playing an A chord, and then a D chord. Okay? But I kind of simplify these a little bit, as I'll explain in a moment. So starting off in that first bar, this is a D. So I'm starting off in this position. It's like a D, but I've taken my second finger off here, so this first string is open. We're going to play the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings together in a little finger roll, so just one after another. Then we're going to play the 1st string, which should be open, and we're going to do a hammer-on and a pull-off here. Like that. Then we're hitting the 1st string 3 times, followed by the 2nd string, which should still be here on the 3rd fret. At this point, we're taking our 4th finger over to the 5th fret of the 1st string. So that note, we're going to play that twice. Then take your 2nd finger, put it down onto the 2nd fret, and lift this finger off. Play the 2nd fret on the 1st string like that. So it should sound like that. The next bar is like this. So quite similar, just a variation of the melody. So from this shape, to get to the E minor, all we're going to do is move this finger up 1, because we're not going to bother playing this string, so we don't need to cover that one as well. We just need to cover this one on the 2nd fret, 4th string. Now your 3rd string is open, and we still got this melody note here, because this is the 1st note of this melody. So we want to keep that intact. So once you're in that shape with those 2 fingers held down, we're going to play 2, 3, 4, and 6 together. This is going to be followed by the same hammer-on and pull-off we just did. And then before, if you remember, we played the 1st string 3 times by itself. Now we're going to add the 2nd and 3rd strings to that. So it sounds like that instead. Just adds a little bit more depth to this next bit. So we've got the hammer on and pull off, and then playing those 3 strings 3 times. After that, we've just got 2, 1, 2. Like that. So that's the 2nd string on the 3rd fret, open 1st string, and then back to the 2nd string. Okay, so let's go back a bit, play those 2 parts together, both the D and the E minor. Okay, for the next 2 bars, we're actually going to repeat the same melody, but with different chords, so a different bass note. So the first bass note is going to be A. And we're playing this, like we just did before. You notice we're keeping the 3 strings instead of just the 1. Just keeping that depth that we added. So that one is the same as the first bar, but you're playing the A bass note instead of the D. Next, we are actually going to a D. So the melody on the 4th bar is the same as the 2nd bar. And for this 4th bar, we're playing a D, so we're playing the D bass note here. That's going to be the 4th string open. Okay, so that is the entire intro. I'll play it one more time slowly for you. Take note of which bass note I'm hitting for each bar. So now we're into the verse. This is the first part of the verse. It's one of my favourite parts in the song to play. Chord-wise, we're sticking to very similar chords to the intro. Apart from this time, we're starting off in a G, going to an E minor, an A, and a D. Okay, so we're going to start off with the G. I'll play the first bar again for you. Okay, so positioning is very important here. We want to get the notes to ring out as much as possible when we play this. That's what gives it that nice kind of sound. So we're starting off with this pull off here. I've got my 2nd finger on the bass note, which is a G, 6th string, 3rd fret, and I've got my 1st finger down here on the 1st string, 2nd fret. I'm going to play strings 1, 2, 3, and 6, and do a pull off there. 2nd fret to open on the 1st string. That is going to be followed by the 4th string open, like that. Then I'm putting that 1st finger back onto the 2nd fret 1st string. And I'm going to do that kind of movement, so it's play it once more as a pull off. Okay. For the next part, we're going to be playing open strings. So the open strings are going to be 4, 3, 2, 3. Okay. The rhythm here would be a little bit difficult to get. It should sound like this. Okay. Have a look at my performance video as well if you want to see how I played it there. Next, we're doing a pull off, and then we're going to shift our hand position. This is to get us ready for the next part, which is where we're going to shift to a E minor. Okay, so after you've done that pull off, take your finger off the bass note, take your 3rd finger down here to the 1st string, 2nd fret, and you're going to play that one. And we're going to add our finger up here for the next chord. Okay, so that bar. Okay, so you notice that quick movement there. Because we're keeping our finger here for most of the bar so that bass note rings out. But by here it's pretty much gone, so we quickly move to this position. This sets us up really nicely for the next part, which goes like this. Okay. So you should be here, and you should have added your finger on here as well. This is on the 4th string, 2nd fret. So this is almost like an E minor, but we don't need this finger here, so I just take this one off. And I need my melody down here, so I've got that. I'm going to play strings 1, 2, 3, and 6. 6th string is open for the E minor bass note. We're going to do another pull off here, And similar to before, we're going to hit the 4th string. This time it's on the 2nd fret instead of open. And again, we're going to do the same kind of notes here, that part. And then, similar, it's going to be 4, 3, but instead of 2, 3, it's going to be 2, and then we're going to be adding our finger onto the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Like that. From here, you should now be in this position, and we're going to take our 1st finger and we're going to do a pull off on the 1st string, 2nd fret to open. Then, similar to what we did previously, we're going to prepare for the next chord, because the next chord is going to be an A. So we're going to play the 2nd string, and we're going to slide that down to the 2nd fret. And now we can just add our fingers on here, and we've got an A chord. Like that. Just like that. Okay, so if you did this differently, you might not get the same notes ringing out. It might not sound as good. But now we're going to put the G and the E minor chords together. Okay. So as you do that slide, for the next part, it's going to sound like this. Okay, so now we're going from an A to a D. So we've just done this slide, and as you do this slide, as you land on the 2nd fret, you're going to play the A bass note, which is going to be open 5th string. Then add these 2 fingers on here to complete the A chord, and we're going to play strings 3 and 4 together, a total of 6 times. So that's the rhythm I use. It's once, and then 3 more times, and then twice. At this point, you want to bring this finger out again. That's the 2nd string to the 3rd fret. And we're going to be following this pattern. 5, so we're hitting the bass note again. 3, 1, 2. Like that. Like that. Then that's going to be followed by 1 again. Now we're changing shapes here to the D. So get into the D chord, but leave the 1st string open. So that's just going to be open 1st string with the bass note, open 4th. Then the 2nd string. Then the 1st string 2 more times. And the 2nd string. Okay, so that's the end of the melody. I'll play the A and the D together one more time again. And right from the start of the verse. Okay, so to get into the 2nd part of the verse, I added a little run here. So it's like this. So it starts off with hammer-ons. We're on the 4th string, open to the 2nd fret to the 4th fret. Then, next string, 3rd string, open to the 2nd fret. Then same on the 2nd string, open to the 2nd fret. On this one, I make sure to hammer on with my 3rd finger, because I'm going to be doing a slide here, up to the 3rd fret. And then I'm getting straight back into the position at the start of the verse again. Like that. Okay, so I'll play that one more time together for you, right to the end. Okay, so for the next 4 bars, we're just going to repeat that again, with a slight variation at the end. So it starts off just the same. So this is where it changes slightly. Before we did a run here. Now we're going to start off the chorus. So that's going to be a D, hammer on. So I'm playing all 4 D strings there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hammering from open to the 2nd fret on the 1st string. Then I'm taking my 2nd finger off again, playing strings 1 and 2, and then 2 and 3. And that's the only difference for that part. Okay, so now we're into the chorus. I didn't play this at the start, so I'll play it now for you. Okay, so it carries on after that, but we'll look at the first 4 bars just now. So starting off in this G position, I've just got my finger held down here on the bass note, 6th string, 3rd fret. We've got an alternating bass pattern here. Okay, so you hear that alternating 6 and 4 all the way through this chord. So we're starting off 6, 4, 6. Then we're putting in 3 as well, so it's 3, 4, 3. 6, 4, 6, 3, 4, 3. At this point, I take my 3rd finger, add it onto the bottom here, the 1st string, 3rd fret for the melody, and I play strings 1, 2, 3, and 6 together. Then we've got our next bass note, 4. Then I'm taking my 1st finger down to the 2nd fret, lifting my 3rd finger up obviously, so I can play this note here. I'm going to play strings 1, 2, and 3 together, followed by the next bass note, which is the 6th string. Then I'm taking this finger off, and I'm going to play the first 3 strings open. So it's like that. The next chord, E minor. So you notice, very, very similar structure, but you're just holding an E minor shape instead of the G. So you'll play the same strings in the same order, just like this, but with an E minor instead. Okay, so we put them together. So you notice for this part here, I'm using my 4th finger. Slightly different position, so I use slightly different fingers where I need to. So for the G, I'm using my 3rd finger, my 3rd finger and my 1st finger. But for the E minor, I'm just using my 4th finger. Okay, then we're moving on to an A chord. Okay, so this is just a kind of picking pattern. We're going to start off by holding the A like this. So I don't put my 3rd finger on the 2nd string just yet. I'll hold that open for a little bit, just because I want the previous note to ring out a little bit longer. So that one there, after you've done this, I want that to ring out. but I need to put these fingers here, but I don't quite need to put that one on the second string just yet, so I keep that off for now. And we're going to play strings 5, 4, 5, 3, 4, and then I want to add that finger on and play 2. Like that. 5, 4, 5, 3, 4, 2. Then we're going to complete the pattern by playing 5, 3, 4, 5. Just like that. So yeah, the only movement in the left hand here is adding that finger on there to get that second string note halfway through. So that's just muscle memory you can pick up. Just practice that over and over again. Build up the speed. For the next part, this is the most difficult part of the song. So take your time with this. This is a very high run. It might be easier if you have a cutaway guitar. One that doesn't have this part here. So you can stretch your hand up, but it is possible without that, like this one is. So we're coming up to the 9th fret on the first string and the 7th fret on the second string. So you're holding that position like that, 7 and 9. We're going to play strings 1 and 2 and do a hammer on onto the 10th fret on the first string, like that. Then we've got the bass note. We're on a D chord now, so we're hitting the D bass note, which is open 4th string. Then we're going to follow this kind of scale pattern. So take this finger off, play 9 and 7 again, then move this 9 down so you've got 7 and 7. Then slide both fingers down to the 5th fret, so you've got 5 and 5. Then, because this is a D, I move into a D shape, but I add my 4th finger here onto the 3rd fret. So it's like a D, but instead of that finger there, I've got my 4th finger here on the 3rd fret, 1st string. I'm going to play strings 1, 2, 3, and 4 together. Then I switch my fingers, 2nd finger goes on to the 2nd fret, 4th finger comes off, and I'm playing strings 1, 2, and 3. Then I'm taking my 2nd finger off, I'm playing 1, 2, and 3 again, twice. Okay, so we've got the hammer on, 9 to 10, bass note, lifting off, 9 and 7, 7 and 7, 5, 5, 3 with these strings as well, 2 with these strings, and then open with these strings. Remember to play that bass note when you're on the 3rd fret here. Okay, so let's play the last 4 bars together. 4 chords, G, E minor, A, and D. Don't worry if that takes a while to practice getting into that position. You'll get used to it, it'll get a little bit easier. But you'll need to practice that a lot. From here we start to repeat. Slight variation here. Instead of playing open first 3 strings, we're getting into the A chord and we're going to bar it here. And we're going to play strings 2 and 3. So we're barring an A shape here. But after that it carries on the same. We're just playing that same picking pattern we had before. So I'll play the first variation so you can tell the difference. And the second one. It's just a slightly different melody. But that's the only difference so far. Here we do have another slight difference. So we get to this point, the same as before, but instead of going 3 to 2 to open, we're going to go up instead. So you're kind of doing the same thing. You're hitting strings 1, 2, and 3, but you're adding your 4th finger onto the 5th fret. So you should be in this position. Then take this finger off, and now you've got open first, and playing the 3 strings again. Okay, that takes us into the next section. So it sounds like this. Okay, so starting off in the G, very similar to the chorus at the start. So we've got 6, 4, 6, 3, 4, 3, followed by 6, 4. Then I'm adding my 4th finger onto the 5th fret of the 1st string, playing the bass note again, and then open first. To the E minor. And like before, the E minor is the same structure as the G, just a different chord over the top. Apart from the first note, we're starting on 1, 2, 3, and 6. But then we're back up to the 5th fret, bass note, open. So that G and E minor together. Next, we're on A. So this is our picking pattern, but it's slightly different at the start. Get into that A shape, but have your finger on the 3rd fret on the 2nd string. We're going to play 1 and 5 together, then 2 and 4 together. After that, the pattern just kind of carries on the same as we had before. So we've got 6, 3, 4, move this finger down to its correct position for an A chord. So that's on the 2nd fret now. We're going to play the 2nd string. And then same as before, 5, 3, 4, 5. Next, we've got this melody again. But I don't play it up there this time. I take it down a whole octave and I play it here. So I play that by doing a slide on the 2nd string, 2 to 3, hitting the D bass note, because we're on a D chord now, then back to the 2nd fret on the 2nd string, play that one, then I do a little pull off here. It's a ghost note, so it's very fast. Then up to the 3rd string, 2nd fret. Then take that finger off and play 3 and 4, open. Alright, so let's play the entire chorus right from the start. Alright guys, so now we're into the bridge, which is near the end of the song, and if you are enjoying the video so far, please remember to leave a like and subscribe if you're not already. So this bridge is very fast, it's uncomfortable to play, but once you get it into your muscle memory, it's not too bad to play. It's all in the right hand here. It's really going to test your right hand dexterity and how fast you can play the strings. Left hand isn't going to be doing much, just changing between the chords really. So it sounds like this. So I heard this bridge and I was playing around with different ways to play it, and this is kind of the most interesting way I could find that wasn't too painful to play. So we're starting off with the G. I've just got my bass note held down here, 3rd fret, 6th string. The melody is like this, all on the 1st string. And every time there's a gap there, like after the first 2 notes, we're going to play the 3rd string. But there's no gap there, so we're just playing the 1st string. And we're also playing the bass notes on the 1st beat and the 3rd beat. Okay, so just take that slowly and practice it. Next, E minor, so just get into an E minor shape. We don't actually hit these strings at all really, so technically you only need 1 finger held down, which is going to be your 4th finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. And the melody here sounds like this. So that's going to be 1st string 4 times, followed by the 2nd string, and then back to the 1st string 3 times, 2nd string, 1st string, 1st string. And hitting the bass note, which is open 6th string. So you've got our bass note there. And then on the 2nd time you hit the 2nd string. So practice those 2 chords together. We've got the G. Should sound like that, because the next part we're going to be playing the same structure just with different chords. So this time make an A chord instead of a G, so just a normal A. Then we've got the same melody note open first. The 3rd string has changed to the 2nd fret. That doesn't really matter as long as you're just holding that A. You only really need the 3rd string held down actually here, so you can just do this if it's more comfortable for you. And then it continues the same melody but with a D chord. So instead of playing this open 6th string, we're going to play open 4th string and a D. But the melody is just exactly the same. Okay, so that part in full. A, D. Okay, so that's pretty much all the new parts we need to learn. We just start repeating other parts that we learned previously until the end of the song. So coming off the end of the bridge, we're playing the intro again. I cut it a little bit short because then I'm going into the end of the chorus. So where we play this part. And we go up. And then we're back in here. And then we're on the lower part like that to end the song. So that's basically just the end of the chorus that we learned previously. So that is the whole entire song. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you enjoy this kind of content, you want to see more tutorials, make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next one.